Major story we're watching in this hour is the developments that have come out from the northwest at the Royal Bafokeng Stadium. Well, angry Sibanye Stillwater mine workers disrupted COSATU's main Workers' Day rally. The ANC president, Cyril Ramaphosa, was forced to go and speak to the group. He was the main speaker at the event at the Royal Bafokeng Stadium in the northwest. The miners have been on strike over wage increases and wanted Ramaphosa to intervene. Govan Whittles is at the rally and joins me now for an update. It's all done and dusted, we can safely say, Govan, in as far as the event is concerned. But my goodness, the political fallout is only getting started.
Indeed, it is. From the earliest promise by Zingiswa Losi, the COSATU president, that there'd be 22,000 people here, and that not materializing, to the ANC president taking the unprecedented step of stopping the rally midway and walking over to NUM workers to go and address them before coming back, and then to the public sector unions rushing the stage when they noticed that the president was responding to individual concerns. This day hasn't panned out as expected. And before we talk about what happened after he addressed the NUM workers and he got booed, let's take a look at that interaction when the president left the stage and went to speak to mine workers from Sibanye's Kloof shaft.
Listen there. Mamela, members of COSATU, members of AMCU, Mamelang, you want your 1,000 rand. You want your 1,000 rand. I understand that. You want the employers to give you your 1,000 rand. We've heard that message, and we will be dealing with that matter. Amandla! Amandla! Viva COSATU, viva! Viva AMCU, viva! Viva COSATU, viva! Viva NUM, viva! Amandla! Amandla!
So I suppose it speaks to just how much the ANC president wanted to put out the fires of discontent, Govan, the fact that he even threw in AMCU in there, because we know that the strike at Sibanye has been led by both the NUM and AMCU, but it didn't work out. Subsequent to what transpired, you've been in conversation with various role players across the political spectrum, Govan, and some candid reflections coming through, certainly from Obed Bapela of the ANC, but also from one of the people that you spoke to from the SACP, the former leader and former spokesperson of one of the youth structures of the SACP.
Indeed, the Young Communist League's former spokesperson, and then of course the Deputy Minister, ANC NEC Minister member, Obed Bapela, reflecting on the causes of this, acknowledging it as a setback, saying they wouldn't describe it as a crisis, but saying that they would definitely need to host the political council of the tripartite alliance, which would usually be the secretaries, the presidents, and then a few extra members, national office bearers from each of the federation, and then each of the affiliates. And those are the meetings that usually thrash out any problems they may have between the alliance partners. But this time, Obed Bapela saying they'll have to urgently convene that and get to the bottom of the discontent which was voiced here, but also saying that he doesn't believe that the workers should be sanctioned for it. It's their right to protest as they have, even as Soli Petro, the Deputy General Secretary of COSATU, says that he doesn't believe these workers have lost trust in the federation itself. And when you crossed to us a little earlier, Tulasi's, where a lot of the workers were really angry with the COSATU leadership, with their own union's leadership, but not everyone is happy or unhappy with the ANC president. Here are some workers who say they don't agree with the ANC president being booed. Just tell us your views, man.
I was not happy about the day they disappointed our president, and then I was not happy the way our president just walked here to our members to go and talk to them, and they just respected our president.
All right, thank you, ma'am. That's the view that she wanted to put forward there, just for some balance. It's not like everyone here was very unhappy with the president speaking. He does still have some support from within COSATU, but generally the workers here are pretty clear that they're not happy with the way that the strike has been negotiated. They're not happy with the ANC's intervention in that Sibanye strike. The public sector workers are not happy that the president is promising to get involved in the Sibanye strike, but the ANC government's not telling the government, or the ANC NEC is not telling the government to pay that third year of the 2018 increase. So a lot of unhappiness all around, and what they did make clear is that this year's COSATU conference, never mind the ANC conference, the COSATU conference is going to have some results that will be surprising, but will also reflect the dissatisfaction that we saw at May Day.
Yeah, still a long way, of course, Govan, from that COSATU Congress, which is scheduled for 2023, if I'm not mistaken, but certainly 9 provincial congresses still to come. Thank you for that reporting there. That's eNCA's Govan Whittles. Of course, the sense of history cannot be lost on us. President Cyril Ramaphosa, the ANC president, was instrumental in the founding of the National Union of Mineworkers. That was around 1982, and it is that component of the NUM today that has shown this dissatisfaction, not directly at him. Well, you've heard some of them speaking directly about him, but certainly the message goes beyond. It talks about the ANC's leadership, the leadership of COSATU itself, but also what has been happening around Sibanye as a company itself, that voice coming through quite sharply. But also importantly, NUM, among the first unions in the build-up to the 2017 conference of the ANC to actually endorse Cyril Ramaphosa, perhaps putting forward and saying that perhaps this could be, political capital that could work in our favor. Well, certainly that component that was present at that stadium today of the NUM, certainly not believing that they are seeing the results of that political investment coming to fruition on this May Day in 2022. Lastly, another key historic event to draw parallels from, at least for now. This is the second time in the last few years we've seen the ANC president not able to address a May Day rally because of the crowd, simply saying that you are not going to speak because we have specific demands. You'll remember this happened in 2017 with former President Jacob Zuma, who was meant to address the rally in the Free State in Bloemfontein, and there the crowds chanted very loudly in close proximity to the ANC president, actually separated from him by merely a fence, and basically saying that Zuma must go and Zuma must fall, with the result that he ended up not speaking. Today, it's the ANC president and Republic President Cyril Ramaphosa who's not been able to speak at the Royal Bafokeng Stadium in the Northwest.